Hey y'all, welcome back to Roots and Rights, Securing Tomorrow. If you're tuning in for the first time, I'm your host, Attorney Greg Robinson, estate planning attorney, Army veteran, proud granddad, and aficionado of both spreadsheets and old school hip hop. This episode is a little close to home for me. We're talking about planning for loved ones with special needs. Now, in previous episodes, we've tackled everything from blended family dynamics to digital asset planning. And honestly, special needs planning ties right into that bigger picture of protecting legacy through clear, compassionate strategy. But I gotta say, when a family has someone with a disability, whether it's a child, sibling, maybe even a parent, the stakes feel even higher. So, what exactly is special needs planning? If you strip away the legal jargon, it's just making sure your loved one is supported financially, legally, and emotionally without putting their vital benefits at risk. This goes way beyond writing your will. You've got tools like special needs trusts, or S&Ts as we call them. These are basically legal buckets to hold assets for someone with a disability so they can receive an inheritance without losing eligibility for government benefits like Supplemental Security Income, SSI, or Medicaid. I had a client once, her daughter's on Medicaid, and one wrong move with an inheritance could have meant losing all of those services. The S&T made the difference. Then there's ABLE accounts. These are like tax advantage savings accounts just for folks with significant disabilities that started before age 26. They're pretty new in the estate planning world, but they let you tuck away up to about $17,000 a year, give or take, and not mess up government benefit eligibility. You can use the ABLE account for certain expenses, education, housing, transportation, all kinds of things that make life a little easier and more flexible. Now, as a granddad myself, I've got grandkids running around making more noise than a Run DMC concert, and as someone who's walked through this planning process with families, I know the importance of having a strategy that respects your loved one's independence and dignity. It's not just about dollars and documents. It's about peace of mind and empowering your family for today and tomorrow. You'd be surprised how even well-intentioned families can run into trouble if they don't have a plan tailored for special needs. One of the biggest tripwires? Direct inheritances. Here's what that looks like. A parent leaves money directly to their child with a disability, thinking it'll help. But that gift can actually kick them off Medicaid or SSI because suddenly, on paper, they've got too many assets to qualify. Happens more than you think. Comprehensive beneficiary designations are huge too. Every financial account, every insurance policy, don't assume the default is okay. If you name someone with special needs directly, you might be setting them up for a world of headaches. It's got to be intentional. And then there are guardianship documents. If your loved one can't make decisions for themselves, who's stepping in? Don't leave it to chance or let it get tied up in court for years. I like to call it defensive driving for your estate plan, anticipating the potholes before you hit them. Let me give you a quick case study straight out of Birmingham. The Smith family. They'd done their estate plan years back, just a basic will, left everything equally to their two kids. One son, Jamie, has a developmental disability and relies on Medicaid. When the parents passed, Jamie's share went straight to him. Overnight, he lost his benefits. All because of a check mark on a form, y'all. When the family called me, we were able to do some post-mortem planning with a first-party S&T, but man, it would have saved heartbreak and money if that original plan had seen this coming. So, what can you do? Where do you actually start? First thing, I always say, don't try to do this alone. Start assembling a care team. Think attorney, financial advisor, sometimes a social worker, and definitely key family members. Even teachers or coaches can bring perspective if your child's still in school. Don't forget about choosing a trustee for any S&T you create. This is somebody who's not just good with numbers, but who you trust to honor your loved one's values day in and day out. Assessing future needs is another critical step. It might feel impossible to predict what someone will need 10, 20 years from now, but even having a best guess roadmap beats steering blind. Does your loved one need housing support, therapy, job coaching? Make a list, update it yearly, and lean on your local resources. You'd be amazed at the strength of disability advocacy organizations. I'll shout out groups like the ARC, local Down syndrome associations, or regional autism societies. These folks have walked this road, have connections, and know all the programs and funding streams you don't want to overlook. Let me wrap it up with a little story. A family I worked with had an adult son, Marcus, with intellectual disabilities. His mom, his high school teacher, and a social worker all came to the table. We hashed out not just the legal stuff, trusts, beneficiary forms, but came up with a support plan for his independence, his job placement, his social connections. That holistic approach took a weight off everybody's shoulders, including Marcus himself. That's the power of legacy. It's not just about assets, it's about connections and confidence. All right, that'll do it for today. Special needs planning is a journey, not a checklist. If there's one thing I'd leave you with, it's don't put this off. The sooner you start, the stronger your foundation for your loved one's future. Thanks for spending your time with me. Stick around for more episodes, and, as always, keep protecting what matters most. Until next time, this is attorney Greg Robinson signing off.